All right, we should be live here in a second. Once it all gets loaded. Man, everything's all over the place. So, let's go figure this out. And, yeah. So, I can tell chat doesn't want to load. There it is. All right. There's chat. Let me turn this down. This is peaking. Control panel doesn't want to load. Why is Minecraft coming from there? Hold on. Let's see. Advanced audio properties. Here we go. Maybe it's working fine. Let's see. Yeah. Well, I know that this is happening, so. Oh, there's that. All right. It's not used to having to process both gameplay and stuff, so it's not. Oh, we are really getting hiccups now. Let's see if we can. Let's window chat, and then we'll minimize that. That way, it's running in the background. Nope, can't have chat open too. Okay, great. Oh my gosh. I'm trying, guys. I'm sorry. This is. On. I'm just trying to limit the amount of video processing it's having to do. But yeah, we're just on the rainy day server. Jeez, this is where it'd be nice to have a better computer, but you know, it's alright. Figured I'd do something new for a new year, you know. Daggone. This computer's struggling. But I mean, it's also not used to having to stream both video processing and things. So we may go switch over to some Switch gameplay just so that. Yeah, we may just go switch over to Switch. That way this isn't so much of an issue. So, let's turn this off for a second and, yeah, we'll go through with it in a second. That is a whole lot of lag. It is not loving that at all. Okay. Yeah, that audio is just bugging out. Okay. So let's go back over. Oh my gosh. Okay. So now we'll get set up for, you know, my standard stream setup, I guess. Alright. So we'll throw that there. Control panel. Go there. It doesn't need to be large at all. Sources, we'll go there. Controls here. Make that as small as we can. Then we'll do that. Okay. Now let's get the switch turned on and we'll use the switch. Let me also... There we go. Alright. Let's hope that the controller wants to work today. Yep, there we go. But of course I don't hear the audio running through to my thing. So let's go over here. Oh, do I have it muted on this side? Oh, no, I hear it now. Okay, cool. Okay, yeah, I hear it. Alright, we're cool. Whereas the audio is just bugging out. Okay. I might also do a little bit of preparation for a draft that I'm in. Why are we doing this? Why is this happening? It says drugged frames is 0, but yeah, I don't know why it's having so much issue. Let me turn this down a bit though, I'll tell you that much. I will be right back. Alright, I'm back. The computer's only running at 51% CPU usage, so I don't know what's going on with that. But it looks like everything's back up to regular stuff, so I don't know. Oh, and then it says encoding overloaded as soon as I get moving, so I don't know. It's kind of weird. I don't know why the audio is glitching this much. It's just buffering in and out. I don't know how to fix that. Because it wasn't having this issue. You know, last time I was streaming, last time I recorded. But I mean, we're just kind of roaming. Might as well. See if we can find a shiny. Of course, I'm used to... At this point, I'm used to the controls of Legends ZA, which is funny. Oh yeah, especially when it comes to the glimmering icons on the ground. Man, this audio is really glitchy. Alright, we'll try that. Well, it's definitely running a little bit smoother, especially up to go. So, but of course, these software is just lag in. Oh, alright, I think I'll probably cut this off here, because this is proven to be too much of an issue for this computer, which is kind of weird, because typically this thing's been kind of a beast. I don't know what's going on with it. I guess we'll turn it off. Don't know what its problem is. And we'll go move over to something else. I don't know. I just might as well go and we'll turn. Can I click the inputs that I need to click? There. Alright, we'll turn those two inputs out. We'll go turn over to this, I guess. Well, once I actually get it open. My goodness. I'm running vastly better hardware than I was before, and yet I'm still struggling this much. Make it make sense. Alright, let's get on showdown. Alright. Alright, we're going to go to Team Builder. You can already see two of the Mons that I have on the team. Alright, draft, I'm pretty sure it's a singles. Alright. But we need a box. So what am I doing? Need a box. Need a box. Select format, draft. There we go. Draft. Where's my cursor, daggone it? There it is. Yeah, of course this is still lagging too. What? Make it make sense. I don't know what is so taxing, because the thing. Add Pokemon. Alright. Now I'm going to go back over to Discord because apparently all of my stuff hasn't been put in yet. Alright. So we're going to go ahead and put in Galvantula because that's who I know I want. Galvantula. Yeah, we can go Compound Eyes, I guess. We're going to go Sash. And yeah, fastest web setters there is. That's why I was glad to keep this. And everything's level 100. Oh gosh. Plus speed, we need, what is it? Timid? Yeah. Yeah. 346 speed. It's really freaking fast. Alright, we're gonna run Bug Buzz, Thunderbolt. Alright, I need to figure out how to make this not struggle. So we're gonna click Control Shift Escape and see what happens. See like what is my limiting factor is RAM. Great. Because I can totally go expand that. For context, my computer does not have expandable RAM because it's soldered. So 1 second. So I need to actually log into Showdown because apparently I wasn't already logged in. Okay. Now we're logged in. Alright, back over to, here we go. And now what do we want the, what the heck happened to your menu, dude? Alright. I guess we're gonna go Volt Switch. I don't think it really matters that fourth move slot. The fact that the only two in anything goes is Calyrex, Shadow, and Miraidon. That's insane. Oh, but that's also without Nat Dex, so that's why. Okay. Next thing left from my draft, or from what I picked up, Tauros, Aqua, Paldea breed. We can go, yeah. So Intimidate seems like the best thing. I like Choice Scarf, but I also like Choice Band on it, so we can run either. I think Choice Band could be alright. For 100 speed stat, yeah, Choice Band's alright. I like Aqua Jet on here, Close Combat, Earthquake. Okay, so it's running a little bit better now. And then I guess Wave Crash just for some more burst damage. Yeah, just two burst damage moves, Earthquake, and then Aqua Jet. Makes no sense to me. We can figure out like specific speeds later. We're gonna just throw a random dump. Basically throwing spaghetti on the wall and see what sticks. But talk about freaking min-maxed. 30 special attack, 110 attack. It's pretty daggone good. Arcanine, another Intimidator. So we'll have kind of an Intimidate blender between the two of them. So that's why I'm glad I actually went for more special defense there, because it's already boosting its physical defense basically. So we got another Intimidate, but we can also go Flash Fire. So that gives, if there's somebody that's got fire moves, we're good there. And apparently it also gets Justified. Yo, that could be some insane tech down the line. But I like, why do I like AV on this? But normal gem, E-Speed, just seems like the thing to go with. E-Speed, Flare Blitz, and yeah, these are just kind of like showing off what tools it has basically. If I want to use it, or I guess when I want to use it, I go ahead and have ideas. So this basically shows me it can be bulky, it can be offensive, and like it's just a good all-around Pokemon. I can make it special if I wanted to. Yeah, something like that. Just some random thing like that, it ends up being pretty alright. Yeah, not bad. Alright, next one. I closed my phone. Great. Last one that I kept was Berserker. Now this one I really liked because it has Tough Claws, Battle Armor, can't be crit. That does nothing in singles. So it's got these two, which are really, really good abilities. Because I could go with something like, does it get Iron Defense and Body Press? If it gets Body Press, that tells me, no, it gets Body Slam though. Okay, so that, I mean, that can still, I can set up and just be a tank. The only thing is it would kind of need like a AV or something to be good defensively on the special side, because I mean, it's, if you saw Steel type in the wild and thought that this would be a stat spread, you'd be right. I mean, because realistically, Assault Vest, Battle Armor, but then we could also go something like Choice Scarf and Tough Claws. And just go burst damage with those, that, and where's Ironhead? Come on, I know I saw it. Ironhead. That knockoff too. And sure, play rough, just for spread, and just go as hard offense as we can. And then we want to hit a specific speed stat somewhere, and we want it to be even. And then we throw the rest in HP or something. There. Something like that. So it ends up being pretty fast. Very, very strong. 350 plus Tough Claws. Yeah, that is going to be a menace in the right situations. And then the ones we picked up. Gastrodon. Because if we go against water types, Storm Drain will be goated. We want to go like Terra Grass just for our grass type 4 quad weakness. Something like, I don't know, leftovers seems good. And then we would just want to be bulky. So disruption with icy wind, earth power, just to be able to lower special defense. I mean, if we really want to be annoying, acid armor. Trying to think, what else is there? Oh, recover to be annoying. And no, I don't like substitute here. We go rocks. Actually, spikes might be better. But typically you want a fast rocks or spike setter, but we don't. Well, actually, eventually, do you get rocks? Okay, you don't get stealth rock. Do you get spikes? No, you don't. Okay. So yeah, we'll just go. Actually, we could go discharge just to be annoying there. I like that. All right. Yeah. So just want you to be bulky as foot. Oh, we want this to be maxed out. So then we want to match these two. Okay. Yeah. Something like that. And then we'll boost special attack minus physical attack. Just that way it has a little bit of damage output capable to it. Alright. And then after Gastrodon, this one I feel like went under the radar was Galarian Articuno. A monstrous 125 special attack. Like, imagine Life Orb on this thing, actually. Hold on. We want to hit just the closest 9. And we'll dump the rest of the speed. Yeah. I mean, it's still got a decent speed tier at 95. So it hits 282, which is not bad. Only thing I'm scared about, it doesn't get Nasty Plot. Does it get CM then? Yes, it does. Cool. Alright, we'll go Calm Mind. Air Slash to be somewhat annoying. Freezing Glare, just... And then... Shadow Ball. Because Protect, like, you gotta realize, I'm a doubles player. I wanted to put Protect there, but Protect doesn't work in this situation. Oh wait, I didn't even put in Nature. Walking 310. So it's still really fast. I don't know about really fast. It's the same speed tier as Arcanine. And around the same speed tier as Paldean Tauros. And then faster than these other two. But I also have the ability to go Trick Room mode, non-Trick Room mode. So that's what I like about this. And then the Absolute Steel and Venonat. Like, come on. Freaking Eviolite Venonat. Compound Eyes. Sleep Powder. I mean, just freaking bulk this guy out. And go minus there. So we hit 218. We want to just hit 209. Oh, okay, there's a jump point there too. All right, so that gives us immense bulk, sleep powder. We want stuff that's not very accurate, or like somewhat accurate, but not super duper accurate. Scare Smack, I like that. Toxic could be kind of annoying. I would almost just go with the other powders too, just because that would then mean it gets absolutely shut out by safety goggles. So we don't want that. Actually, why are we throwing Skitter Smack when we can just go Bug Buzz? Because they do the same thing, or Struggle Bug rather. Oh, I guess because it's got a higher base power, but it doesn't matter. This thing's doing no damage anyway. Okay. We could throw Toxic Spikes down too. And no, we do not want to give things skills or compound eyes. Yeah, no on that. And yeah, we'll throw it on Endeavor. Yeah, that's freaking dirty. Okay, next one I picked up, Electrode. I didn't pick up Hisuian because it was just, not good enough in my opinion. We'll go Aftermath, Choice Specs, Volt Switch, Electro Ball, because this is one of the fastest Pokemon in this format. So guess what? We're going to make it even faster. Whopping 438 speed. So yeah, that was my idea of picking up this thing, is it's a kind of a one-trick pony. And then we can also go with something like Terra Ice for Bolt Beam coverage. Terra Blast. And yeah, it doesn't have a great move pool, but we can also just go for it only has Explosion. It doesn't have the other one. Darn. Oh, it does. Well, that's self-destruct. That's not the special one. Is there not a special? Whatever. Does it not get discharged? Oh, it does. We'll just be annoying. Alright, there's Electrode. Now, Minior. This one was one I loved because I've tried it, on my own. I mean, it's kind of also a one-trick pony, which in draft is typically not good. But guess what? I don't have to always bring it. So, what I'm going to do is I can either run physical or special. They're not going to know. So I'll put Earthquake and Earth Power, so that way I know. Oh gosh. And then Acrobatics, because yes. But it doesn't give me its stats for when it's in Shields Up form. That's what sucks. So I'll have to do the EVing based off the first set versus it's in Shields Up versus in Shields Down. Then these two are kind of a double. Y'all saw them earlier. Pincurchin with Electric Surge. And Alolan Raichu. Raichu Alola, its only ability is Surge Surfer. But imagine this thing with specs. 319 raw and then double that with Surge Surfer. Like, dude, this thing's gonna wipe. And then I also have Weezing, just to turn off other people's ability to do anything. But it also has Levitate. But neutralizing gas is going to be the ideal thing. Ideally, I think I want to run heavy duty boots, but I can also run lefties, Rocky helmet. I mean, I can run quite a bit. I like heavy duty boots though. But we'll try leftovers to start with. Clear smog just in case they want to go and do anything nasty. Explosion for yes. Actually, why would I go clear smog when I can just go haze? Yeah, because it's got more PP. So yeah, we want to go haze. We've already got a Whisper, don't we? So we don't need to go run Will-O-Wisp again. But I mean, we can just kind of be disruptive. We'll throw Toxic Spikes again. Who did we have Toxic Spikes on before? Oh, our tiny guy. But we can just kind of be annoying, you know. Run Destiny Bond just in case. Actually, no. That gives me an idea. All right, we'll worry about that later. We'll put Taunt on it. We don't expect to be faster than anything, really. I mean, it's kind of slow. We'll throw Wisp. This is just to like outline its capabilities. Like it's fairly bulky. That's the thing. So that's what I like about it, is that it's got tools. It has tools. Now we can throw the rest there, and sure, there. All right. Was there another Pokemon I picked up, or is that all of them? I think that displays all of them. Yeah. So, and oh wait. Why was I setting Terras? Because I set my Terra captains. Yeah. I almost set Terras. That's what it was. But what were my two Terra captains? Electrode and Alolan Raichu are my Terra captains. So we can't Terra Gastron. Maybe that's why it wasn't picked up. Yeah. Berserker's kind of a good Terra captain. But, come on. Electrode having the ability to do what it does. And then, let's go check your move pool. Actually has a lot at its disposal. I like Discharge. Grass Knot could be good for the ground types that we could face. Psychic, obviously. The Psychic Noise could be better in some situations, but it's there. And I guess Terra Blast. But what can be hit by all these types? And then, all right. So Discharge, Water, Flying. Is that all it's super effective against? Dang. My apologies. All right, and then Grass, Water, Ground, and Rock. Okay, Psychic will hit Fighting. What else does Psychic hit for super effective? Fighting? Poison. Fighting and Poison. Then, what's the most offensive type? I guess we could go for Ice again. But I don't want to double up. I mean, that's just. But I mean, Bolt Beam coverage is just so good. I think we could, because the only thing is, alright, we need stuff that's specifically special, so we need to run that first. Alright, that tells us that it gets a lot of stab. Let's run surf. Heck yeah. Because surfing Raichu, heck yeah. Then Terra Blast. Alright. Alright, we're hit by Dark Ground Ghost Bug. That is a weird mix. I like Terra Dark, honestly. Yeah, I like that. And we've got speed and specs, and we can just specifically like tune this, and then we'll throw the rest in defense and do something with it, I guess. See. It has flexibility because of its ability and item. I mean, its stats are not great, but I mean, 110 speed is not bad by any means. Plus the fact that it's double with Surge, Surfer, and Concussion. I promise I can speak English. And Concussion is not all that bad either. It's pretty tanky, all things considered. And throw a freaking Citrus Berry on it. Talk about a pretty good tank. I mean, alright, we'll throw you there. It has higher physical attack than special attack. But it also doesn't matter because we can just drop its speed because it has horrible speed. But that's what I was saying when I said we could run Trick Room on it. Or we could run a Trick Room mode in which we can go freaking Poison Jab. Zing Zap? Sure. Facade is honestly a deep cut there. Hold on. No. Alright. Alright. Now we'll go back over here. On back. And I guess we can go recover for another one and Scald, maybe? And I guess we can go Sucker Punch just to be kind of annoying. Citrus Berry. Oh my gosh, everybody's yelling at me. Hold on. Alright. But yeah, Electric Surge, Sucker Punch, Zings Out, Poison Jab, Recover. Pretty good. I mean, just kind of. What the heck? I didn't click back again. Alright. Just trying to overview what can be done here. I mean, just fast web setter. Not to mention, we can also just run. I mean, I don't like having 4 electric types on one team, but it also gives the ability to do some funny stuff. I mean, lead Pincurchin, then bring Galvantula, and just start ripping away, because, I mean, it's so fast. And then you just bring in more speed with Alolan Raichu, with Choice Specs, Surge Surfer, and then, you know, Electrode. I mean, all these electric types, they can do so much damage, especially in electric terrain. That's where terrain becomes very, very nice for this team. And then one thing this team doesn't like is ground types. Meteor does. Meteor will eat up for breakfast. But, oh, and Articuno. So, yeah. Of course, I'm still waiting to get back from the head guy on whether or not, or not whether or not, but on whether or not, whether or not. Oh my gosh, I'm getting tired. On whether or not I've got to do a week 3 battle, because I popped in the middle of this thing. So, I mean, but all in all, this team looks like it can pack punch. It would be nice to have Fire Water Grass Core, actually, looking at it. But, okay, hold on. Oh my gosh. Here we go. Back over here. So let's, I guess, start building a team. We'll start Galvantula, because Galvantula might just be an all brain, an always brain. So, right. Then with Galvantula, of course, Venonat is only really much better in doubles, realistically. But I mean, I like the idea of being able to bulk some stuff. So I mean, having another bug type's not great. But to compensate for that, we've got this guy. I don't exactly like this lag, but I don't know how to really fix it, I'm going to be honest. Because I can only do so much with a laptop. Alright, so we got those 3. We can go Articuno. We can also run Choice Scarf on this too. But that also will come down to, one, who our opponent is, and what their team is. So I'm not going to fret over that, and we'll just worry about pure damage at this point. Having a Tailwind Setter might be great. If we have anybody that can learn Tailwind. Do you get Tailwind? No, you don't. Never mind. Okay. Back to Terraglass. Okay. That's whack, not weak. Jeez. That's still whack. What if I go... Where is backslash? I know it exists somewhere. Maybe it only exists on mobile. But I know for certain there's a backslash and it should be somewhere. Alright. And then we can probably also have Gastrodon because they could be scared of the Galvantula when it comes to any grass types. Because, I mean, a whopping 97 special attack is not great, but it's not horrendous. We could also theoretically also run a modest nature if we know that we're going to still outspeed stuff with without having to invest the nature and speed. So that's also an idea there. I just want to see something real quick. What is 198 times 1.5? 297 versus 199. That's what I want to make sure it was even. Yeah, because it rounds down, and so 297 ends up outspeeding what? Yeah. So 297, right? No. I already forgot. 297, yeah. Okay. What does that outspeed? Probably not Electrode. Because we saw Electrode had something really high. Yeah, 438. Man. Oh, wow. So Berserker is really slow, even after Choice Scarf. Yeah, 297 is going to be faster than a middle investment Arcanine. And still slower than not even fully invested 100 base speed. Okay, so I might need to rethink Berserker, and instead of going for hyper offense, instead try to invest in defensive. Yeah. Try and let it be bulky instead. Yeah, we'll go with that. That's an alright thing. Yeah, so we'll run it more defensively, since apparently even trying to go Choice Scarf on it does not work. So yeah, something like that should be alright. Yeah. But we can also fine tune all the speeds at a later date, when we have teams to actually build for. I like this Gastrodon. I like EC Gastrodon. I think we'll actually go with a Calm Nature instead. That way I can be a little bit bulkier with a little less investment. Yeah, that. Yeah, I like that. And then, yeah, because ideally we would build to be able to survive one sucker punch from whoever we're facing. Uh, but again, I don't know. Then we got the Venonat, the tiny tank. Because, I mean, Eviolite is just gonna let that be like 300 something. Like, who's the tankiest Pokemon on our team? Even you're just at 228. What if I go and just scroll to the frailest Pokemon on our team? It'll end up being Minior, I think. Well, sure, we'll throw that. It's a random EV spread. Yeah, you're one of the bulkiest Pokemon on our team, and you're only topping 273. Weezing, one of the bulkier Pokemon, 277 with just 4. So, Venonat, 271 HP. So, it's just like tanky enough. Is basically the whole idea. Overall, I like this idea. I mean, just let it sit on the field for a little while, get off annoying stuff. When we're done getting our one sleeping Pokemon because it's Sleep Claws, we can just be annoying everywhere else with Struggle Bug, Toxic Spikes, and Endeavor. Because, you know, they're going to whittle us down. We just got to know when we're going to survive something and be able to hit back with an Endeavor. To allow one of our faster sweepers, maybe not sweeper, but, I mean, you can come in and defeat a weakened Pokemon. I mean, Aqua Jet can pick off a weakened Pokemon. Extreme Speed can weaken. Can hit a weakened Pokemon. And then you just kind of sit on the field a little bit and deal damage. Wait, if we're running AV, why are we investing so heavily? Yeah, invest more there. So we want to. All right. 156. 6 times. That is not what I'm trying to do. Oh my gosh. All right. 156 times 1.5 gives us 234. Yeah, we're over that 234 mark. So, let's see. 284 divided by 1.5 gives us, okay, well, we want to hit something we can divide by 1.5. 282 gives us 188. That's not hittable. Yeah, 174. All right. So then let's go 4. Well, oh my gosh. Let's go 278, I guess, and see how that fares. 278, nope. 280, nope. 276, 184. Close. 274, 3, 273, 182. Ends up being just over, but then it also gives us, wait, 182, yeah, okay. Oh, there we go. And then that gives us 4 HP. Okay. So that ends up being fairly bulky. I mean, ideally, I'd like to go and put more HP, but Oh wait, actually I can. Because it just has to deal enough damage. It's already got the Tough Claws boost. Actually, we can go Battle Armor. Well, I don't know. We'll figure it out. Because I can also run Mox, so we'll see. Yeah, that's as bulky as it's going to be. You're just meant to be a quick nuke. But it also doesn't rely on Surf Surfer. It just kind of uses that. And I guess we can bring it in on folks that have Tailwind, I guess. Because I know somebody picked up Tornadus Incarnate. So that's an idea. But I also want to throw a different EV spread on this, but we can also do that on a case-by-case basis. We want a little bit more type diversity, so let's throw Berserker in the mix. And then, what do we want the final Pokemon to be? Do we have any of our Terra Captains in here yet? No, because it's these two. So guess what? We're throwing Electrode in there because, yes. Fast damage. We made Galvantula kind of a little bit obsolete in the sense of running both another bug type and another electric type in the mix, but they also fill different niches. So I don't know. But for the time being, I'm fine with this, so we'll go with it. Alright, now I need to figure out something else to do on stream. It's not gonna make my computer crap itself. But of course, there's nobody in the stream, so I'm not mad right now. Love chugging random energy drinks. But that was technically a coffee, so it wasn't an energy drink. But it was a protein coffee, so it was weird. But it's nice. I like it. I don't know. I might just hang up. I don't know. Because I've been streaming for how long? Actually, I wouldn't be able to tell from here. I'd have to check this menu. For over an hour. Done a little bit of stuff, but also done nothing at the same time. So I don't know. I've built my team for my next draft. So yeah. Well, I guess I'll hang it up there. I'll see you all next time, whether that's my next video, my next stream, what have you.